It's time for the show that engages with people of the combat sports world. And now, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed combat sports show champion of the world, Flash Knockdown.
Given the many high caliber training partners at Manchester Top Team, does that give you the confidence going into each fight, knowing your training will most likely be more challenging than the fight itself?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you know, the proof's in the pudding. You know, I've had crazy rounds with the boys, you know, whether they're, and girls, to be fair, you know, everyone's talented there. It doesn't matter who you're sparring with, you're seeing things that not many people would show you in that cage, especially as a heavyweight anyway. Like, you're not going to see anyone doing backflips.
Superman punch off the fence. Oh, my goodness.
And all of that, do you know what I mean? All of that shambles that you don't usually see as a big boy. So, you know, the footwork of the smaller boys, you know, it keeps me on my toes. So, yeah, no, it's sick being there. Everyone's a big challenge. It don't matter who I have to deal with, tall, small, short, don't matter.
Yeah, they all pose their individual problems.
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. And of course, there is so much inspiration around the gym on how to plan for life beyond MMA. Although you're still young, do you think about what you'll be doing when you decide to hang up the gloves?
To be fair, mate, I just don't even care, mate. Right now, with all honesty, right now, you're asking me, I just feel that me thinking that it brings me back to football, where I just wanted to be professional. Me thinking about retirement right now just makes me feel that I'm just going to go in, get a paycheck and, you know, F off. So right now, I don't even think about that whole retirement thing. Everything will fall into place. As long as I keep doing what I'm doing, the retirement stuff and the gaffs and cars or whatever bollocks people are into, you know, that will all fall into place. I just got to keep grinding and everything's inevitable, no doubt.
True. Focus on today.
Yeah.
And tomorrow will soon come.
Yeah, no doubt. Tomorrow will come. Tomorrow will come. As long as I do what I'm doing, tomorrow will come, no doubt.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's inspirational, man.
Yeah.
And if you were going to give, perhaps it's this, but if you were going to give anyone just starting out in MMA or any combat sport for that matter, one single piece of advice, what would it be?
Keep grinding. It's not like any other sport. You know, like with football, you can get away with just being half decent and with a bit of stamina and rely on your teammates to cover for you if you can't be asked. With this, you know, if you ain't going in training in the morning and you ain't going in the evening, it's gonna show in that fight. It's gonna show whether you really was putting in that work, and that's why I love the sport, because it's very black and white. You're either on it or you're not. You're either shit or you're good. You're either tough or you're not. You're either the best or you're not. You know, there's no in between with, you know, he could have been the best, or he could have done this, he could have done that. You know, all that's full of shit anyway. But, you know, I feel like with this sport, be on it or forget it.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Be on it or forget it.
Yeah, it's something that I say a lot. You play football, you play golf, you play tennis, but you don't play MMA.
Yeah, no doubt. You don't play MMA. We get kneed, elbowed, dropped, ground and pounded. Gotta get back up. Do you know what I mean? There's too many elements to take lightly. So either training or, you know, we'll find out what you're like in the cage anyway.
True that. Okay, so Abraham, let's now look at your MMA flashlights, beginning with your debut, which was on the same night as UFC on ESPN 7, headlined by heavyweights Overeem versus Rosenstrike. Rosenstrike KO'd Overeem with 4 seconds left of their 25-minute encounter, which again goes to show, with the heavyweights in particular, one punch can be lights out. Does that play on your mind at all?
Mate, I've been fighting 6'7" people my whole fucking life, mate. None of that means anything to me. You know, like
Wow.
people being able to hit hard. I hit faster. Yeah, you being able to hit hard. I know I can go. I know I can outgrind you. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, everyone's gonna have their special move. You know, whether that's hitting hard, fast, endurance, height, short. It don't matter as long as you do your thing. You know, like who cares? You bleed, I bleed. Who gives a shit? Do you know what I mean?
But it doesn't worry you that one
No,
punch
not at all.
can
Not
be
at all. Not
lights
at all.
out? No,
That's the heavyweight game, though, isn't it?
that's what I'm saying. It
Anyone
doesn't
can
worry
knock
you.
anyone out. No, not at all. Anyone
Wow.
can knock anyone out. I can get knocked out. I can knock him out, and that's the beauty of it. Let's see who does it. Let's see who does it. Yeah,
That's a different mentality, man.
yeah, 100%,
Yeah.
man.
You fighters are just a different breeds.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
different
well,
breeds.
yeah.
Okay, so you faced Dean King at Combat
Yeah.
Challenge 25 in Bradford.
Yeah,
He was
yeah,
also making his debut.
yeah.
Was the game plan to use your speed and movement to overcome his size as you came out all guns blazing?
Well, to be fair with you, mate,
Yeah.
there was no game plan. With all honesty, that not to make it seem a certain way, I was quite nervous that fight, even though, you know, you go in there and you say, yeah, I'm confident as hell, but I wasn't. The reason I was nervous because I wasn't actually well prepared. That fight was off 2 weeks' notice of me just landing in Manchester, so I didn't have any time to prepare. I was going pure gym every night. I wasn't at a gym. Preparing for that fight, I was at pure gym every single night, doing ski eggs and cross trainers and rowing machines. I didn't train. I didn't have any sparring partners. So I was quite nervous going into that fight, but I believed what I could do. And I knew that once I got through this, my confidence will go off the roof from there. So yeah, I didn't train at all for that fight.
Wow. So who was in your corner?
My boy Jaden and his dad.
That's incredible.
Yeah, boy Jaden and his dad. He only saw me train for about a week. And that was with him. And that was with him. He asked me, do I want to take the fight? I said yeah. He said the guy's been wrestling, he's won some senior GB medals and all of that rubbish and all of that. So I said, yeah, let's fight. Like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I lose, sweet, I restart. You know, he loses, sweet, he restarts. We just crack on and see what happens.
Damn, my goodness me. So coming back to the fight, Abraham, midway through round one, you found yourself on your back, but you managed to get back up on your feet. He then attempted to lift you up, but couldn't get it done. As you broke away from his clinch, you could see him take a heavy breath, and all of his self-belief seemed to disappear at that moment. How much of a pivotal point in the fight was that?
With all honesty, first fight again, I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. I just knew I just needed to keep going. So I actually didn't notice he was getting tired. I didn't know it was a turning point. I just knew if I kept going at what the pace I was going at, I knew it would break him eventually. So, and that showed as well. You know, I think he went for about 7 takedowns and got 1. And even that one that he got down, I don't even know how he got me down. Like, I look back at it and I thought, what was going on? But you can see the difference. Well, you could see the difference in the shape I was. I was chubby then compared to my last fight. Now it's two different human beings in that cage. So you know, my discipline definitely improved since then. Anyway.
Okay, but when you watch that fight back, would you agree that was the turning point?
The turning point was moving to Manchester. The turning point was never the fight.
I love it.
The fight was never the turning point. The fight is a part of this chapter that I'm on, which I like to call chapter 1. Yeah, the turning point was way before the fight. So, you know, get in there, you have a scrap, see what happens, mate. I don't think I love the sport because it's as straightforward as that.
Right, you're a deep guy, man.
Yeah.
Deep guy. I love it. And so in the second round, and as we just touched on Abraham, he stayed committed to taking you down. In doing so, he gassed himself out. You, on the other hand, stayed calm, There was no panic, and you were never in any danger. Are these the kind of positions you now drill in training week in, week out?
Oh, mate, we look, as simple as this, we got Dagestani.
Oh yeah, of course, I know.
Do you know what I mean? Like
True.
there's not much I can say after that. You know, we
that says
whether
it all.
whether you like it or not, one of them's taking you for a ride, and you've got to make that decision there whether you love this sport that much to keep doing this for the rest of the week or not. You know, some people come in, get turned over by one of them, and you don't see them again. Some people come, some people don't, and that's the beauty with training with these amazing athletes that we're lucky enough to be training with.
Yeah, it can be disheartening.
Yeah, of course. There's one of them, Farouk, animal. He's a lightweight, but he feels like borderline heavyweight strength. Honestly, mate, anyone that's trained with him knows what I'm talking about. He's an animal. He's an absolute animal. So to have someone like that to train with, I know number one, yeah, there'll be people stronger than him, but there won't be people prepared to outwork me like someone like him. So it's beautiful. It truly is beautiful training with people like that. You know, I can only get better.
Yeah, well, as they say, iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, of course.
You know?
Of course.
Go on. Okay, so you end the fight in full mounts, landing heavy blows until the referee had seen enough. Describe the feeling of getting your first MMA victory and also in that fashion.
Yes, sick. Absolutely sick. I threw up after that fight, to be fair. I threw right up, mate.
Because of the nerves?
The adrenaline, mate, it just came right out of me. I couldn't believe it, mate. Couldn't believe it. Even in that cage, once it was done, man, I was shaking. And it was crazy. I've been in multiple altercations with people. And the most nervous I've ever been is being in the cage, fighting another man. And people really underestimate how hard it is for fighters to gather their nerves together. It truly isn't a joke in there, especially when you know a man's been training 6 odd weeks to come and for me, no one else, for me. You know, once all of that plays in your mind, you know, it really truly is modern day gladiators. So, you know,
and did you ever experience that playing any other sports, football, or that kind of feeling?
Well, think about this with football again. You're going with 10 other people, including yourself. Well, 11 people, including yourself. So your nerves are almost shared with everyone else. When you're in that cage, yeah, my coaches feel it and my supporters will feel it. But when you have to stand in there and that cage is shut and it's just you and this other 6'6" guy, is either you use them nerves and channel your confidence over it, or your nerves just overplay everything and gets you very nervous. You see it all the time. How many fighters do you see that are gym bullies and get in a cage and they absolutely shit themselves? So it happens all the time, and it's definitely not a joke. It's not a joke, and that's why it's important to, you know, believe in yourself more than others believe in you, because that's how you can channel your confidence into your nerves and not the opposite way around. Some people are so good at what they do, but their nerves are so strong, it overpowers what they actually do, if you get what I'm trying to say. So yes, it is very, I was very nervous. Let's just say that I was very nervous.
That's completely understandable, but also very honest of you, Abraham.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you.
It's how could it not be scary fighting another man? If you're doing this sport right, and you don't feel a bit of nerves fighting in that cage, you're not, number one, you're not taking this seriously, and number two, you're in the wrong sport, because you will get yourself knocked out.
Yeah.
So
true. Yeah,
nerves are good.
Yeah, nerves are very good because it keeps you focused.
Yeah.
Yeah, so nerves are good. If like you say, if you prepare for a fight and you're not nervous, then there's something wrong.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Good.
100%.
Okay, so then we had to wait 11 months before we next got to see you in action.
Mm-hmm.
How effectively did you use that time off?
I trained every day.
Every day in those 11 months?
Trained every day. I trained every day. I honestly believe I'm one of the hardest workers in the gym, no doubt. You know, I haven't moved down to Manchester to be messing around, to be having fun. Like, to me, I'm at work, but I'm doing a job that I absolutely love and adore. So I haven't come down to mess around. So me missing the gym, like me even being here, I'm going nuts these 2 weeks. Not being able to be at the gym, like my schedule, waking up at 10 a.m., finishing training at whatever a.m., 12 p.m. You know, I don't have that luxury. To me, that's luxury to me. I don't have that luxury to be able to train like that right now, or going to the gym in the evenings. I don't have that luxury. If anything, me being here, it's made me 15,000 times as motivated. So when I'm back, you know,
It's on.
It's on when I'm back for sure, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Nice.
But right now, got to deal with the family issues that you know, my mum, making sure she's all right. I just don't feel that I can leave quite yet until she's okay, for sure.
I respect that, brother. I respect that. So your next opponent was against Claudio Chrissu, a behind closed doors event for Celtic Gladiator 28. You had his number from the opening exchange and completely dominated the first rounds. Despite that, were you kind of happy it went into the second rounds, as it gave you the opportunity to try a few more things out?
Yeah, for sure. My thing's always been, as heavyweights, like you just said at the start, it takes one punch. But if you haven't noticed, the best fighters can go the 5th round as heavyweights, the 4th round as heavyweights, the 3rd round as heavyweights, and still feel strong. Like my favorite fighter, Cain Velasquez.
Oh,
You
Cardio
know,
Kane.
Cardio Kane, he can go on all day, and that's what I try to be like myself. I try and make sure that I've got a lot in the tank, and not a lot of these heavyweights have that. You know, they rely on their one punch power, and when that doesn't work, what else have you got? So I do believe that I was very, 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 very lucky to see the second round, and very grateful to see the second round, because now I know that I am fit enough, and more than fit enough, to enter that round and still continue into the 3rd for sure.
Yeah, but not only that, you were trying a few things out. If I remember, you threw a head kick, you threw a calf kick, you got a double leg takedown.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, no one's seen me strike yet.
Properly.
No one's seen me strike.
You go for the takedown, don't you?
Yeah. Well, it's MMA.
Yeah, of course.
I'm not going to play towards your strengths. You're taller than me. If you throw a low leg kick and I feel that I'm quick enough to get that low leg kick, I'm going to get that low leg kick. If I feel that I can out jab you, I'm going to out jab you. I'm going to play towards my strategies and not yours. And I believe people say my disadvantage is being shorter than everyone else, but it's not. Because what can you can't catch something you can't see, can you? You know, when you're chasing these flies around in your gaff, and you're punching your wall, and you're kicking your door and all of that. Do you know what I mean? It's very hard to anticipate where I'm going to be. Like they said, Mike Tyson was never going to be the best heavyweight in the world because he was a short heavyweight. Do you know what I mean? Look at his name now. So, you know, I just feel like I've got a lot to prove. You know, I'm nowhere near where I feel that I should be or want to be, and I've got a lot of minds to change for sure. I feel like I've got a chip on my shoulder. Let's just say that.
That's the best way to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And after 11 months out, Abraham, how good was it to experience getting your hands raised again? Yeah,
sick, mate. Sick. Again, another step on another step on this journey.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So it's good to know that everything that I said I was going to do, I'm doing. You know, I am very hard on myself. I do want a lot from myself, but I'm starting to get better at taking a step back and understanding that what I am achieving right now, I shouldn't even be in this position. From where I started, or the mindset I was at the start of this adventure, I was nowhere near. I was nowhere near to where I am now at the time. I thought this would have took me forever to get 3 fights. Corona, lockdown, all of that. You know, I thought it took me forever to get here. So the fact that I'm here and still cracking on my journey, you know, it is truly a blessing for sure.
Well done, Abraham. And Celtic Gladiator 28 was also a great night for MTT, wasn't it?
Yeah. Fantastic night. Fantastic night.
Yeah, you think you had like four, maybe 5 different winners?
Yeah. Good night. Good night for us. Yeah.
It was a good night. Yeah, absolutely.